Hello folks, today we will be going over how to set up File 365 to your Salesforce platform in a step-by-step basis. We recommend keeping the user and administration manual open for any further details as we go along. You can find it on our website under support. To complete this process, you need to both have access to a Microsoft Azure platform as well as be an admin to your Salesforce organization. Starting at your Microsoft Azure portal, go to the Azure Active Directory. From here, select App Registration and click New Registration. Give it a name. Make sure it's on single tenant and click Register. Now you're presented with its overview screen. Here, take note of the application ID and the directory tenant ID. Copy these into a separate file because you will be needing them later. Next off, go to Certificates and Secrets. New client secret and give it a name. Set until how many months it expires and click Add. Make sure you note down the value because it will not be visible to you afterwards. Next, go to API Permissions. Click Add a Permission, Microsoft Graph and Delegate Permissions. You want to give access to Offline Access, OpenID and Profile and click Add a Permission. Do the same thing, but then go to SharePoint, Delegate Permissions, expand the All Sites menu and click AllSites.FullControl. Add a permission. After all that, click Grant Admin Consent for your specific Azure thing. If you have green check marks across the board, you know you've done it right. Next, in Salesforce, click on the gear on the top right, and then Setup. In the Quick Find menu, search Auth for Authentication Providers. Once here, click New and make it a type of openid Connect. For the consumer key, you want to use your application ID, the secret that you have set earlier in this video. And for the authorized endpoint URL and the token endpoint URL, you want to take this link and fill in the brackets with your tenant ID. Do this again for the second one, and it should look a little something like this. Lastly, for default scopes, fill in openid space offline underscore access. Click on Save. Next, take your callback URL and copy it. We'll be needing it in the next step. You take the callback URL you just created and go to Authentication, add a platform and click Web. Post it under Redirect URLs and click Configure. In Salesforce, go to the Setup menu with the gear on the top right. Here, use the Quick Find menu to go to the named credentials. Once there, use the little button to the right to go and click New Legacy. After giving it a name, put in the URL of your specified SharePoint site you wish to use. Do you wish to use the default? You do not need to specify. For identity type, we're going for per user and authentication protocol OAuth 2.0. Select your authentication provider through this little pop-up here. For the scope, please enter this text and replace the URL with the URL of your SharePoint website. Make sure that Start Authentication Flow on Save is true and click on Save. Lastly, we need to set up the permissions. Use the Quick Find menu to find the permission menus, both permission sets and set groups. At your permission sets, create a new permission, give it a name, and click Save. Here, go to Named Credential Access and click Edit. Select the named credentials you have created and click Save. Next, go to Permission Set Groups and create a new permission set group. In Permission Sets and Group, add both File 365 user and your recently created permission set as such. Click Done. Now lastly, we need to return to the main menu and add your current assignments here. Select the users that you would like to assign these rights to and press Assign. Click Done, and you're now done. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy using File 365. For any questions, please refer to the User and Administration Manual or ask them in the comment section down below. If you want to stay up to date on our product, you can subscribe to our newsletter on our website and to our YouTube channel for more tutorials and information on File 365.